Hello, all. Good evening. Good evening. Nice to have you with us. Time to get going and welcome. Welcome to our talk this evening. We're talking about better wealth equals a better future. I'm sure you all agree more money makes a happier future. For those people who don't know me, my name's Rory McDermott. I've been part of this business for a long time. And that's why I think I feel qualified to talk to you tonight about this topic, and because we've succeeded in life far beyond our wildest dreams, or far beyond our wildest expectations. So the exciting thing about what we're going to talk about tonight is anyone can do this. No matter your age or your background, people can make this business work. And the qualities we basically look for in the people who are going to join us. So the first quality of all is we look for people who have got a desire for change. We look for people who are teachable. In other words, they're willing and they become able. And we look for people who are prepared to change a few simple habits and change their destinies with that. Now, for Nola, my wife and I, our journey started many years ago. In fact, just over 50 years ago. And I was 27 years of age at the time. We both had been well employed with good jobs. We had been in the corporate world and we were sort of frustrated with that. We had then just recently started our own business. And that's where we came from. And, we were at a time of what I'd call quiet frustration about where we were going financially. So during the process of working in my new business, I met a wonderful man by the name of Horace Painter. So I'm just going to just close this one moment. Okay, right. That might be better. Sorry. I met a wonderful man by the name of Horace Painter. And he was a successful businessman. He had been doing very well for himself. He was about to retire. And he said something interesting that he had just started a new business and his plan was to augment his pension. Those were his words, to augment his pension because he didn't want to drop his standard of living in retirement, which makes a lot of sense. And he also said to me that, Rory, you seem ambitious. This business could be for you as well and would help you with your financial future. So I said, well, let's have a look at it. And, quite frankly, when I asked him what's it all about, he said it's about big money. And I said, well, that's good enough for me. And I trusted him because at that stage I knew him, I liked him, and I trusted him. So with that respect, we investigated Neolife. And so began what is now a 50-year partnership. And, it totally changed our lives in every form. And so, we were very thrilled that we managed to become part of it. And tonight I want to encourage you to listen to what we have to say, open your minds, and get rid of any sort of pre-empted ideas you might have on it. Just open your minds and check it out. And the business works, and it can work for you as well. Now, let's start off by saying, who is Neolife? Well, Neolife is a company that was founded way back in 1958 by a man called Jerry Brasfield, who, by the way, is deep into his 80s today, fit and well and strong, still running as chairman of the business. And his daughter, Kendra, is now our CEO, and she is doing an amazing job. The exciting part about Neolife is it now has expanded to over 50 countries around the world. So it is a global opportunity. It is not just a local business. And I think that's very important in this day and age. Um, Neolife is on a mission and has always been on this mission to improve lives. They do that through high quality products, which give better health. And they do it through the best of its kind marketing plan in the industry. So it's as good as it gets. And, looking at Neolife, obviously there are many reasons why Neolife has been successful, but it boils down to two major factors, which I believe. The first reason I believe Neolife has been successful for such a long period of time is it's built on some very strong values or principles and philosophies. And they have been the guideline to all decision making, and they're good for everyone. For instance, just briefly, absolute integrity. That's the way we'd like to work the business. People are number one. We value people. Products that work. We do not have fad products. They are the best of their kind and they work. Um, Equal opportunity for all people. Now, that to me was very important because when I saw the business, the top earner at that point in time was a man called Peter Sely, and he was from Soweto, and that was in apartheid times. And here was this young black man earning a fortune, and so that equal opportunity was very, very real at that stage. And then the last value is long range. Every decision that is taken is done on a long range basis. What is good for the distributors? What is good for our customers? What is good for the business on a long range view? So those are the values that we operate on. The second thing that I believe has made Neolife successful for so long is we have what we call our Scientific Advisory Board, SAB, Scientific Advisory Board. And this board of people guarantees that the products are the finest and most effective products we can have. And, that's their quality stamp on what we're doing. And so that has been, those two things have certainly aided this company because you cannot have products that are inferior. A business does not last for 65 years on inferior products. We know that. Okay. So those two things have made it extraordinary. Now, talking about extraordinary, we are living in extraordinary times. In this day and age, we cannot take anything for granted. Things have changed. Let's face it, things have changed. And there's a tremendous amount of uncertainty out in the world and in the marketplace. And so just think about this. I'm going to ask you a question. What if your income dried up? What if your income stopped tomorrow? How long could you last? What are your reserves? How long could you last at your current standard of living? Now, that's quite a question. And I ask it because the fact of the matter, or the truth of the matter, is this, that many, many thousands of families are in exactly that same situation at the moment. How long could you last? So no matter what your current circumstances, you might be in a currently good position, and I'm that's enviable. That's good, okay. But no matter what your circumstance, do you have a backup plan, a plan B that is in place? And plan Bs need to be in place before you have a problem. You could be looking at retirement. Have you got adequate funds to retire? You could be looking at job instability. The company you're in might be closing down or retrenching. You have no control on that. Okay, so have you got a plan B in mind? And that's exactly what we're talking about tonight. Steve Jobs, who I have a lot of respect for, had one little saying, and that was this: take whatever you've got in your hand and perfect it. So what you've got in your hands, go out and perfect it. And that's what he did with computers. But what have you got in your hands? Obviously, there are lots of things, but one thing we all have, or the majority of us have, is we have a home economy. Every household has a budget. And some are big, some are small, we understand that. But the household has consumables. And when we speak about consumables, we have a product catalog, which you will possibly investigate later. This product catalog is full of 90 products, and they are all consumables, home need necessity products, ranging from detergents, laundry powders, dishwashing liquids, general purpose cleaners, germicidal disinfectants, and then we go into personal care products. There's a whole range of hair shampoos, conditioners, etc. Then there's a whole range of nutrient skincare range. And then there's a whole range of what we call food supplementation, which today, with our food sources being so tampered with, we have so many what we call Western diseases. People are getting cancer, diabetes, heart disease, and these things usually stem from the poor quality of the food we're eating. So every household has a need necessity product, and we are right in that range. And, I'll give you a simple example. One of our first customers was a lady called Mary Danridge. She purchased a laundry powder from us right in the beginning 50 years ago. She, to this day, is still a customer. And that's what I call consistency. And that's a consumable product. And that's what makes this business so solid. The little saying KISS, KISS, keep it simple and straight. If it's simple and straight, it's duplicatable. If it's complicated, it's not duplicatable. So you've got to find a simple, straight business system that is duplicatable. So how does this work? Well, I'm going to just illustrate something here as we go, just very briefly. So to keep it simple, it's good to see it. I'm going to talk tonight about you. So let's put you in the equation there. There you are. You've joined the business or you're part of it. What is involved in this building the business? The first thing you need to do is to link to the Neolife business office. And to do that, your sponsor will tell you more about that. There's a kit involved, but there's an investment of under R1,000. So that is doable for anyone. It's in other words, the price of a pair of shoes. You can start a business, a global business. So the first thing we want you to do is to change your buying habits. Currently, you are purchasing your household goods through retail stores. And what we're suggesting you do is change your buying habits. Instead of purchasing with your existing budget, that's what you've got in your hand, your existing budget. You order directly from Neolife. And, it can be done online or it can be done in a very simple way. And by the way, when I say online, when you get your kit, you get a website and everything that goes with it. So that's a starting point. And everything you purchase through this company, Neolife, you get the best quality products at a 25% discount on a business volume. So it's a very good start. So that's what we want you to do. And we want you to start to consume, use the products yourself, become a user. Why do we ask you to do that? So that you believe that the products are good. That is tantamount to your success. The average family, and I'm going to talk here in points, but a point and a dollar are very similar in value. So we talk because our global presence, we talk in points, but a point is about $1 just for a comparison. The average family consumes about 100 points. So the first step is to use and to believe that they're good. Now, the natural thing, well, the second step is a natural step. Once you use something and you have a benefit about it, is talk to people about it. And that will start to build a few customers. And between you and your customers, you would build a business doing in the vicinity of $250 per month. That's the starting point. Now, this is a very, very part-time activity. We would estimate that you should put aside about 10 hours per week to make that happen. Now, as you talk to people along the way, the second thing is, excuse me, to share the business. Along the way, you get some customers who buy directly from you. But along the way, you get like-minded people who are also frustrated with their circumstance. They are also looking for financial opportunity. And we would encourage you to go out and find 3 people like that, whether it's 3 people a month or a year or whenever, that's up to you. You decide that. And you teach them, remember we said duplicate what you do. You teach them to use the products, get some customers, and like you have done, build a 250-point business just as you've done. Now, what happens here is the company computer totals this up and says, good on you, you've done 1,000 points. You get a dividend back of somewhere in the vicinity of 2,000 Rand per month. And that starts covering your own usage of your own product. So that's a win-win situation. But in the fullness of time, what happens is you continue to use and recommend, and you teach A, B, and C to do the same thing. And what happens is they go out and build a business doing 1,000 points like you've done. So I said, well, you've got 250, that's your 1,000. And John replicates that, Mary replicates that, and Sid replicates that. Now what you've got is a business that is doing a total of 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 plus yours, 4,000. And on 4,000 point business, your monthly dividend is in the vicinity of 10 to 15,000 Rand per month cashback. Think about that. Think about that for a moment. There are very few investments that give you a dividend return of 10,000 plus a month. You've got to have millions invested to make that possible. Excuse me. So that's the concept. But what we call you there is a fully qualified director. And in the fullness of time, you just keep doing these simple things. And what will happen is your business will build. Excuse me. So your business will build, and you start building other directors like you. Now, what size your business grows to, I don't know, but the exciting thing is over time, excuse me, you'll build a sustainable, what I call cash producing asset. How big you want to go is entirely up to you. And the unique thing about Neolife is that Neolife is generational. You can build a legacy which you can pass on generation to generation. Now, this evening, I've got a special guest to join us. He's a friend of mine. He's been part of our business part of the Neolife business for many, many years. He's been extremely successful. He's built a huge organization. He's got a fascinating story. And I'd like to just ask Hansie, can we get Hansie onto the line here, Drew, if you could organize that? Hansie did a quick pre-recorded message for us just now. And here he is here. So over to Hansie, and I'll just get back to you just now.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. What a privilege to share a little bit of my background, my story with you. And I remember quite well, it is like yesterday when my wife and I, Lydia, were first introduced to this amazing business opportunity in Neolife International. And we were at a tough spot at that time in our lives. I was full-time in the ministry, but I couldn't pay all the bills. And that was really, really, really tough for us. You know, the bills were just piling up. And one of the reasons was my salary was not very good. And then secondly, my son that was born cerebral palsy. So he needed a lot of assistance with medical cost and all these kind of things, you know, so it was really tough for us. And then one day, a beautiful couple introduced us to this opportunity. And they said to us, you know, if you are willing to put in a few hours per week for the next 2 to 5 years, thinking long term, you can change your life. Initially, we were very skeptical about the whole idea, but we realized, you know, this is an option that we should really take serious, and we jumped into this opportunity. I only had a few hours per week available, and we started to think long term and said, as long as we can do something. Because what happened is, if you can't pay all the bills, you start, you know, borrowing money from the bank, and you have to pay it back with interest. And that was really not a good situation to be in. And I tell you, what a nice surprise when we started to work this business opportunity. In the first year, towards the end, in today's terms, we already earned about 10,000 Rand a month extra. And that really got us very, very excited. If we could do that on a part-time basis within the first year in our business, we realized we could do more. And then we really get a little bit more serious about what we were doing. And we realized that if you put in consistent effort and you have a dream to get somewhere, it can take you places. So then we started to work the business a little bit harder because we had more dreams. And I remember within the first 2 years in the business, we got our first invitation to travel internationally to a world convention in the United States of America. And we had to really run around to get passports because we never believed we will ever travel outside the country. And I remember still when we were sitting on that aeroplane and he was taking off from an international airport in South Africa, we had to pinch ourselves and say, is this really happening for us? And we realized it was. But we also had tremendous benefits. You know, one of my biggest dreams when we started the business was to be a freelance pastor. And what I mean by that is to still do ministry because I love it, but nobody has to pay me anything for it. Today, after years, we are living that dream at the moment. I'm still in ministry. I love to do it. And 90% of our income comes through this business opportunity, paying for everything we need to do, also where we stay in the beautiful city of Cape Town, here on the West Coast. And through this business opportunity, because we developed it further and further, really can pay for all of it. And even today, we have a fantastic vehicle with built-in ramps, and my son can have an electric wheelchair, and he's having a fantastic future because of the financial abilities we have developed through really taking this business serious. I remember when we started, I also struggled with the whole idea of every winter time having bronchitis on the way to pneumonia. And since we started the business and really started to use some of these products, my life have changed totally. You know, I never had that problem ever. I'm healthy and my family is healthy and we're going places. And now at the moment, we're so excited about the future that we are now involving our children more and more so that they can be the legacy that we leave behind. Because in this business, your business is willable to your children, and they get more and more excited about the future. So this is something that you do for generations to come. And let me tell you, as time went by, we started to realize that we are part of something very, very special. How many businesses in this world do you discover or do you know of that have the amazing mission that this business has? To help to make the world a healthier and happier place. I tell you, we are just getting more and more excited about it when we share this opportunity with other people, when we encourage people to look seriously at this opportunity and look at all the benefits that you can get out of it. And let me tell you, sorry for that. So let me tell you, because of this amazing mission we are on, we look around us every day and we realize we are making an impact in the world. We're making an impact when we look at people around us, people who struggle with all kinds of diseases and big challenges, and people who are looking for a way to supplement their income. And every time we talk to somebody and share our story with somebody, we give people hope. We sell a freedom dream. We encourage people to get free from financial challenges and also be more healthy. And when that happens, everybody is more happier around the world. So I just want to encourage you, when you look at this opportunity, consider your own situation, look at your own dreams, think about what this opportunity can do for you and your loved ones and for your future. I really want to encourage you strongly, consider this and talk to the person who invited you so that they can give you more information about the products, about the business opportunity, and about the future, how you can come to partner with this company, New Life. So God bless you and kind of go.
Thank you, Hansie. Thank you, Hansie. That was great. Hansie, thank you so much for your message. You know, you have done so well. You've encouraged so many people, and your message is so strong. So thank you for sharing that with us tonight. We really do appreciate you. So that's basically our business. But, you know, just in closing our message tonight, you know, every single human being wants success. It's born in us. We all want to succeed. The challenge of it, though, is so few actually do that. I think if 10% of all humans who start off are successful, that's a high percentage. So everyone has this mindset, I want to be a success. Now, mindset is good and well, and it's a good thing to have because mindset controls a lot of things. However, I think there's something even more powerful than mindset, And that mindset is, what is your heart set? Okay. Heart set is more powerful. What does your heart truly want? In Hansie's case, he spoke about his son's needs. He spoke about wanting to be a freelance pastor. These were heart needs. Okay, what the heart actually desired. But you'll be amazed that once you set your heart on something, you'll be amazed at what you'll do to get it. So knowing what you truly want in your heart, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Not as a man thinketh in his head, so is he. As a man thinketh in his heart, so he is he. Because when you think of what you really want, it releases passion and power that helps you overcome the obstacles along the journey of success. And believe me, there will be obstacles. There is no smooth journey to success. There's ups and downs and obstacles that you have to overcome. Mindset doesn't overcome the obstacles, but heart set overcomes those obstacles. So isn't it amazing that once a person knows what they truly want, an opportunity presents itself. Whether they take that opportunity or not is entirely in their hands. But where there's a will, there's always a way. And the exciting thing to me is near life is nothing more than a way of achieving your heart set dreams. That's all it is. It's a vehicle. It's something that you can climb aboard tonight and drive with for the next 20, 30 years. And that will give you the financial dreams of your life and give your family the stability that they need. And that is generational, and that is truly a near life uniqueness. We have some businesses that have been passed down now to the fourth generation. That is stability, financial. So the work you do today, you can be paid on for the rest of your life and on to your families. So it's a vehicle. Now, tonight, if what we've said is of any interest to you, as Hansie mentioned, get back to the person who connected you to the Zoom, get your questions answered, and have the courage to try. Step out of the boat of complacency and try something new, because for things to change, you've got to change. And this is a wonderful, no risk business that you can move into on a part-time basis, working from home, and develop a global business. What an opportunity. Don't let this pass you. Don't let this opportunity pass you. So I just want to thank you firstly for your time tonight. It's your greatest asset. I want to thank Hansie for coming on board and sharing his time with you. And I just look forward to meeting you all down the road on this journey to a better future and a better tomorrow. So good night and God bless you all. Thank you.